In this video, we're going to discuss how you can keep your recruiting agency from failing in 2023. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. Starting a recruiting agency can definitely be considered taking a huge leap of faith, especially if you have no prior experience within the recruiting industry, meaning that you're probably wondering, where do you start? How do you actually get things off of the ground? And ultimately, what are all of the steps that you need to complete in order to be successful? Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a couple different things that you can do to ensure that you don't fail when you get your recruiting agency started this year. Starting with consistency. And I know that this is something that I have talked about in previous videos and I will continue to talk about because it really is true. You have to understand that the amount of work that you put in is ultimately going to determine exactly what you get out of your business. If you're only putting in a couple hours worth of work, then understand that that might not yield you the results that you're looking for. You have to ensure that your input is going to be directly associated with the output. This means really coming up with a strategy in terms of how you can go about being consistent. Are you able to create some form of a checklist? Are you able to put yourself on a schedule? Are you able to set really smart and clear goals in regards to where you want to be in terms of taking various steps within your recruiting agency? And this could look like you creating goals around your revenue targets, maybe your candidate outreach, as well as the amount of clients that you want to take on within a given time frame. I really love the SMART goals framework because it really hits on all of the elements that you need in order to be successful when it comes to actually creating a goal. So I encourage you to find ways where you can actually push yourself to be consistent because ultimately it's going to make the biggest difference in your success this year. The second thing is I want you to think outside the box. And this doesn't necessarily mean in regards to the elements that are associated with you starting your recruiting agency, but ultimately as you go throughout this full journey of starting and continuing to operate a recruiting agency, be in that mind frame of being open to different opinions, different thoughts, different recruiting tools, as well as different techniques. And this holds true on both the candidate side as well as the client side. You want to ensure that you do not put yourself into a box when it comes to you being able to operate your recruiting agency. You want to be able to find new and innovative ways in regards to being able to capture the best talent on the market. You also want to be able to tap into new and innovative ways in regards to how you can actually reach out to clients. Ultimately, being able to think outside of the box is going to continue to help you to be able to get those clients that you want and get those candidates that you want and ultimately set your recruiting agency up for long-term success. While I understand that short-term gains are definitely important within this industry, but you want to think about the long term. What can you do that's going to be different from everyone else that's out there? So I encourage you to always operate your recruiting agency from the perspective of what it is that you can do differently that's ultimately going to help you to have a leg up on everyone else. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, then I encourage you to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that drop weekly. The next thing that I want you to take into consideration in order to prevent yourself from failing in regards to starting your recruiting agency this year is to keep it broad. And I actually mean this in terms of your niche. Oftentimes, what I find is that new recruiting agency owners are so quick to focus on one segment of a huge opportunity that's out there in regards to there being multiple industries that you can focus on. New recruiting agency owners have it in their head that they love healthcare and that's where they want to focus, or they love tech and that's where they want to focus. And not to say that that is a bad thing, but what you do is you put yourself into a situation where you actually limit your exposure, meaning you limit your opportunities to be able to find clients as well as generate an income for yourself. I encourage you to actually keep it pretty broad in the beginning if you're just getting started, meaning being open to multiple industries. So if you want to focus on tech, that's perfectly fine, but also keep in mind that there's opportunities for you to focus on sales roles or construction or healthcare. So keep yourself open so you don't narrow your potential to make an impact too quickly. Ultimately, the biggest thing for you to keep in mind is that what you put into this business is going to be what you get out of it, meaning that consistency, discipline, thinking outside of the box, as well as keeping it broad, all go hand in hand. There's not one thing that you can do. You don't want to miss any of these elements when it comes to getting your recruiting agency off of the ground, because ultimately it's going to set you up for short-term as well as long-term success. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to give me a thumbs up. As well as if you're not in my Facebook group, then I don't know what you're waiting for. I'll leave that link down below in the description box because we're in there talking all things recruiting. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.